Everyone, it's Lisa, and today is Wednesday, hump day, and I did a tutorial of this look, which is just one of my go-to looks, and I tried the new, I don't know if you heard my stomach growling, the new primer, and then this is the new NARS foundation, the all day, not the all day, but the, yeah, is it all day luminous, or I don't know, that new one. I'll put everything down below. And that is it. So I'll be right back with the look. Okay, so I've got just my skincare on, but what I'm gonna do is today I've tried this one time and I really liked it, so I'm gonna use this primer today. It's the Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer and Complexion Perfector. And what I do like about it, I did learn you have to shake it, but it's not very expensive, but it's not a real thick one. If you are like me and you don't really like those thick silicone-y ones, it's still, you can tell it has some silicone properties in it, but not like usual. And you can see I have a burn right here where I was curling ironing my head, and it wouldn't be so bad, but that is where I always do like that to push my bangs out of my face, and I have scratched it. I scratched it this morning bad. I think it had like a little, it was clearing up, and then I scratched it off. So that is that. And then I have a bump on my nose right there. So, I mean, I hear the cats acting up behind me somewhere. Okay, so that feels really good, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna ball up or anything. You know what I mean? It has a good slip to it. Okay, and then I couldn't decide which foundation I wanted to use, and so I decided I would use the NARS that I just got, and I've never tried it with the Beauty Blender, so I have a damp Beauty Blender. I'm gonna put 2 pumps, which is not very much. They're kind of little pumps, and so I'm going to, here, let's do it on the end. We'll just see how this goes. It's just gonna be a random get ready with me. Oh, I can already tell I think I like it better with the Beauty Blender. I think it gives some more even coverage. It seems like it was one of those that kind of got brush marks in it when you did it with the brush. You can see the coverage is good. And the color is good. I might take one more pump, a small one. Get under my eyes good. I do all over, because I don't use any concealer. Okay, and I'll use what's left and try to make sure I get in here real good. Okay, and like I said, I'm one to go on the lighter end of my complexion, so you can see it's pretty light. It's almost too light for me because it's matching just that lightest skin in my pigment in my skin. But what I do after that is I go in with my Laura Mercier Classic Beige. Now, I think they've quit selling the pressed, so I'm going to use the loose, because I think you can still get the loose.
So you have to choose which one was Chanel.
I always dream about cats and puppies and stuff too.
That was weird.
Okay, so before I do that, I am going to, thought I would use this and show you how I use this. Sorry, I was looking out the window. And it is the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. And I don't do this all the time, but it does make a difference when you do it, and I do love it. So you squeeze it, and I think I've already got probably some out. But I like to do, this is straight on top of my foundation. I usually do about, okay, yeah, I need to squeeze it just a little bit more. Okay, way too much squeezing. Okay, now, I squeezed too much, so I'm gonna try to, and then right here on my jawline, like that. and then you lock it back and you will not have to squeeze it for a long time. I think that's only the second time I've ever done that. Okay, and you just kind of pat it in. Don't rub too much because then you'll take it out of the spot that you want it. And blend it right in. And if it's, you know, looking too dark, then just kind of add more fingers to soak it up. Here, I'll wipe this off. And I like to kind of blend up onto my cheekbone. And when I do this, I like that sculpted look. And that's what it'll give you. It'll really accent your facial structure. But I love the way you can feel like you have too much and it just blends right out. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier Classic Beige. Put a little bit in the lid. And then I'm going to use this Smashbox sheer powder brush and just put a little bit in the end and just kind of start right there, and then I'll kind of bring this down my neck because I don't like liquids on my neck, so I use the mineral powder to kind of make my neck match better. And just make sure and then when I don't have that much on my brush, then I go over, kind of all over. Like that. So you can see that that's helping it match better too. Okay, so I just looked in the bathroom and that looks pretty clear, but something I wanted to show you, if I don't do that, I thought it was the mailman, it's the water checker guy that checks the water. If I don't do that part, I do this, and I left my brush in there. Hold on. Okay, so whether I do this part or not, the Charlotte Tilbury, I still use, I rediscovered this brush and I love it. And it's like, no matter what brush I use, it doesn't do as good as this one. So, and I love the Hula with it, and it just does perfect. I just go in there a little bit, and then I go right in. I try not to blend it out too much. And I stay kind of far back and blend it up like that. And then I just do a little bit around my big old forehead and hairline. And tighten up your jawline with it. And then sometimes I do a little bit on my nose, just to kind of make everything match. Okay, then I like to go in with, and this is just going to be like more of a sculpted look, not really like a real highlighty look. I like to go in with this Laura Mercier Highlight 01 Matte Radiance Powder, and it's not really matte, but it's not really shimmery either. It's not like the typical highlighter. And let's see, I'm going to grab, I just brought one thing of brushes out here, so I'm just going to grab this random Studio Gear 11 brush and get some of this, and then go on the tops of my cheeks, right here, and then on my jawline, and that's it. Maybe a little bit right there. Okay, then for blush, I'm going to, and I don't always wear blush, but if I do, this is one I really like because it's not too blushy looking. It is the Burberry Tangerine, and mine is like a, not a sample, but a tester. Okay, goodness, I didn't bring any of my good brushes. I'm going to use that same brush, but the one I like the most for it is the Smashbox brush, but I'm just going to use this same brush and get some of this, and then I like to keep it low, kind of right in with that contour color. And all this is going to, you know, with your face, you're going to put it in different places, but that's where I like it on mine, is right kind of low into that contour, and then I'll leave my highlight on the top. Okay, and then, goodness, I've misplaced that white brush that I used for this. This is the MAC Gold Deposit Mineral Skin Finish. Let me go look one more time and see if I can find it. But, and ask Brooke maybe if she has it. Hold on. Okay, I found it. Here it is. It's my favorite one for this. It is the MAC 137. And I just go a little bit in here and then I go like that. Just a little bit. And it kind of warms things up. And gives a little bit of highlight. Okay, so skin is pretty much done. I'm not going to do Fix Plus because I think that this is glowy enough. I am going to go ahead and put my lips on to make me feel better. I'm going to use Lancome Ideal, which is my favorite. You can see, let's see, bring closer. But I go right on, my lips are shaped different. This side is rounder than that side. So put that on first, and I'm gonna use the Nuit and Joie 202 from Lancome. And I love it. It's the closest I have found to that other Lancome one that I love so much. And it's going to kind of just blend into that lip liner. And I love the consistency. It's kind of sheer and it just blends right over that Lancome Ideal. Okay, so let's get on to eyes. And you could Fix Plus right now or use the Glam Glow spray, but I think I'm just going to leave it. Okay. Something that I have gotten slack on, and I did it the other day, and it made the biggest difference, is using an eye primer. So I'm going to use this one. It's the, I think it's called Minor Sin. Yeah, Minor Sin Urban Decay. And when I used it the other day, I thought, why did I quit using this? Because I need to get a new one. This makes your eyelids look so nice, even without it. Even without shadow, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm kind of just spread a thin layer of that. Okay, and then I thought we would use I've only used this twice, the Dolce Vita palette from Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm gonna start off with just some Hoola in my crease. And I'm using a MAC 222, just a pointed blending brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and make just a good crease color transition with this. You can do it with a shadow if you know, like Urban Decay Naked or your bronzer. I like this bronzer because it's more like a contour bronzer. It's not too, it doesn't have any orange in it. So there you go. Now I'm going to take this lightest color with that same brush. I'm not going to be picky. And I'm kind of going to kind of go over my lids and highlight. And I'm going to kind of highlight in there, not major, but just enough to put something in there. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with this darkest color, and I'm going to let's get another, we'll go with my Smashbox brush here, the Shadow Blender. And I'm going to just get a little bit of this because they're pretty pigmented, and do the crease with this. And I like to, on this outer edge, I like to kind of blend up and out. I try not to come too far down, and I kind of hold my hand there so I'm not tempted to come too far down, and then I blend up like that. And it also holds your skin on your eyelids kind of, I don't pull them, but I just hold them still, kind of. And then I kind of just do like that, right in the edge. Okay, now I'm going to take this little brush, which is the full coverage shadow brush, and I'm going to take it in that sparkly color and just put some of this like right on my lid. Not all the way in, but just like 2/3 over. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to go back with this more densely packed brush, go back into that color right here that I was using, and maybe do some more of this on the outer edge like that, and kind of connect it up and out, and then flick it back in. Yeah, like that. So do some on the outer edge, and then up, and then flick it back in. And then when you flick it back in and hold your brush like this, it just naturally forms kind of like that V and that angle up. And then look straight ahead, and then you know you want to kind of match how far you're going up and out, like that. Okay, and then I usually take a little bit of that color and then do this right here too, when I'm doing this particular kind of look. And then you can kind of meet them up. Like that. Okay, and before I do any of that darkest brown color, I want to do my liner. I like to do my wing liner and then take that darkest color and go from the ends of the liner in. And I just looked at everything back there, and I want to tell you, when you're doing a look like this, it's a little bit darker, or a smoky eye, just don't panic, because it looks like this to me looks bad right now until I get finished. So don't panic. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my Lancome art liner. I've been using this for so long, way before YouTube. Okay, I love this because the applicator is so long, and I've got a new one, I'm trying to use this one up, but normally it has so much on the wand that it's just not hard to do. So I start off just by going as close to my lashes as I can, and then walking down like that. And then let me pull my mirror in closer here. Okay, and then I take it from the outside and I just kind of flick it up and out like that, and then I bring it back over. And I like the way this kind of bends. And then I go from here and just kind of meet up with that, and then fill it in like that. And then you can, if you want to make it thicker, depending on the look that you're going for. Today I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, that is my easiest eye to do. I think this eye over here is a little bit rounder, and it's just a different angle, and I have a harder time getting it even. So I usually start off in here. And then I go right here because I'm trying to get as close to those lashes as I can. And then I take it from here and just flick it out like that, and then bring it back over like that. And then you'll bring it down to meet the rest. And looks like I've made it too long, so just take a Q-tip and kind of shorten it like that. And typically this would have more on it. So I'm just going to thicken up this wing. And then connect it really nicely to this part. And I know I'm going to wear lashes, so I can do a bigger wing that way. I should have gotten my new one out. Okay, so let's just stick with that. I think that's going to be good enough. Here, I feel feel like they need to be filled in better. I think this will be going in my empties. I had thrown away all my empties when I was doing my closet just because I was trying to clean out, but I've got another one started. Okay. I don't worry about that being too precise, like the wing being that great looking, because I'm going to use a dark shadow on the ends and I'm wearing lashes. So, but I was thinking I need to do my brows. And I don't do much to my brows. I've been liking the taupe. For the longest time I used medium brown. And then the girl that does my waxing, I think we were doing under my arms or something, and I was talking to her about my brows, and she said she would use taupe. So I got it, and I've been loving it. And I like this little brush, the Bobbi Brown Eye Definer brush. It's very thin, and I don't know, it just picks up the perfect amount. So I go on the lightest side, and I like my brows to be, I don't like them to be as straight, and I like them to have a good kind of swoop. So I start right here at the bottom, and I kind of swoop up and over to the top. It's kind of like I go from the bottom up and over to the top and then pull it out. And then I just kind of go along that top. And right here, I just kind of fill it in just a little bit. I don't like it when the fronts of my brows are too filled in. I like it just a little bit. So get some on my brush, start here and swoop up to the top and over. And then get a little bit more and then just kind of flick up. But no definite line. And sometimes I do put a little bit more on the top of this one to kind of even it out with the other one. Like that. Okay, and then I usually use, I'll go get it, the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Okay. And then I think when I put this on too, it kind of helps blend it out a little bit. And just brush them up and over, like that. Okay, so now let's put some mascara on. My favorite mascara is still this Dior Pump and Volume. And I don't really curl my lashes because I'm gonna put lashes on and it just makes it more difficult to get to get them blended together if my lashes are curled. So I'm just gonna go mainly just right into my lashes. That's good enough. And I just bought a new one of these the other day. I had been using the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara, but I still like this one better. I like the long skinny wand because you can just kind of go like this. You don't have to do so many at a time. Okay, so almost done. I'm gonna go get my lashes that I'm gonna put on, and I'm not done with this yet. The Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, I'm gonna use my Red Cherry 43 lashes. I've already worn them a couple times, and that makes them even better. And then I like to use the Duo Dark, and I like the regular one that comes in the squeezy tube. If you get the one that is like the brush on, it isn't the latex, and I like the latex. That's the kind that I'm used to taking off and working with. So I just take one of these pointed Q-tips, dab it in some of the glue, and then I just kind of put it on the backs of my lashes here. I'm gonna take this Smashbox, this little dome brush. It's the Smoky brush. First, I'm gonna take some of that sparkly color, and I'm gonna put it right there on the center of my lid. And then I'm gonna take it in this darkest color on the point, and I'm gonna kind of flick it in from the end of my wing there. Right there, that furthest point. And that just gives that little bit of extra at the end, and it pulls your eyes out. And I think that's it. You could, here, we'll brush this off. I'm gonna go in with that lightest color again and go at the highest point of my brow. There. Okay, now my tweezers that I use for lashes, and I was going to show you this. These lashes, I hope you can see, are kind of curved like my eyes, but what I do is I grab them right in the middle and I squeeze them so that it kind of flattens them out. That way I can get them down into my lashes like this, and when I let go, they kind of spring back out and go where they're supposed to. And the secret to lashes is finding the ones that fit your eye the best. And these just fit my eyes. I know exactly, I can cut them straight out of the package without even looking at them. I just know these the best. So I grab it at the bottom and I get them like that, kind of towards the base. And I sit them right down. Like I said, I've worn these probably, this will probably be the 4th or 5th time. And because the lashes are kind of long here on the ends, they kind of go right into that wing. Like that. Okay, so we're almost done. And a lot of times what I do is, now that my lip combo has had time to kind of settle, I might blot it again and I might do the lip again. To me, I think a lip combo looks best after it's kind of settled and been put on a few times, so I'm going to do it again. I love this lipstick. I even love the way it smells. Okay, that's such a good nude lip, I think. Good peachy nude lip. Okay, and I thought we would try a new product. I just got this yesterday. I think I saw Iman using this, and it's the Revlon Youth FX Fill and Blur Concealer. And I got the light. The reason I got the light is because that's the color I like in the Age Rewind. But this has like a spongy tip, and you might be wondering why I'm doing concealer the last. I just always do. I like to do it right at the last because I don't use a whole lot. I see it coming. There it is. So it's not too light. And what I like to do is go right into that darkness right there. I'm just going to put a little bit and tap it in. And then I kind of tap down and out once I'm at the end of blending it down. Yeah, this is nice. A perfect shade. Okay. And if you wanted to, like I have those, I always had the cheeks right there. So you could put into there to kind of highlight that and bring it out a little bit more. And you could like go all in there if you wanted to, but I'm gonna stay with that. Okay, I think that is it for the look. I'm going to go get some powder. Let's put some powder on and see if it looks better. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna use, I love this powder. I've just really grown to love it. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish, and I have number 2 medium. And then I use her little powder brush and just go in a little bit, and I'm just gonna go in and powder those areas like right there and maybe right here and the end of my nose. And then I like to go in like right here too. Okay, so I definitely think that is it. I am going to, let's see, I'll stand up and try to do an outfit of the day, and nothing special. Hold on. Okay, still working out the whole situation here, but this is a faux fur that I ordered from Zara. You probably remember it back a couple months ago. This is like a vintage Poochie scarf that I got from like an antique show, just to add a little something extra. And then I've got on a bodysuit, like a nude bodysuit from Dillard's, and then a below the belt in the brown. My Corey, I think this is like the bourbon finish. And, oh, hey, Bubba. And the shoes I have on are the Stuart Weitzman Nouveau. I saw another pair of nude pumps that I might want to try for us and see how they are. And we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know. And that is it for the day. And I'm still carrying my same Gucci bag. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you on Friday. Bye-bye.